Welcome, everyone. My name's Dallas, and you're listening to Vic Food Stories. This is the place where we talk about food in and around Victoria, BC. And I have the powerhouse with me today, known as Dumpling Drop.
Oh, I don't know.
How you two doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Great.
Great, that was very quiet.
Oh, I promise I'm doing great.
Okay. You know, the first thing I want to ask,
Okay.
what makes a good dumpling?
Love.
Love?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
Is that the secret ingredient?
I don't know. I think you should care what you ingredient. I think most of good food, the main part of it is ingredient, like good quality ingredient.
Yeah.
And I think people make the best food when they're passionate about what they're doing or what they want to do, you know?
Of course.
It's just like when you go to chain restaurant, the chef there, they're just making someone else thing. Where you go to small restaurant where people cooking their own thing that they're like passionate about and they're like proud to serve people. I think that when good food come out, small or big.
Isn't it amazing though that like that is totally the case? Like when someone makes something with love, you can actually like you can feel it almost or taste it, I guess.
Yeah, like just like small, like speaking of like around the corner from like us, his Vasha. I think that food's great, but he's like cooking his mom recipe, you know.
Oh, yeah.
She's in the kitchen, she, you know, overlook thing, and I feel like that make what.
She's like the sweetest lady.
Yeah, love
Varsha's
her.
amazing.
Yeah.
I've only met her a couple times.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just like
Yes.
a different kind of thing.
And so with dumplings, I don't know anything about them. So
Mhm.
like disclaimer, I'm coming from a point of view of no knowledge whatsoever.
Okay.
So I know that there are like a lot of different types of dumplings, right?
Yeah, I think every culture have their own version of dumpling. You know, Tibetan they do momo.
Okay.
I think momo's definitely a type of dumpling. Pierogi, pizza pop.
Oh,
I'm just
Look.
kidding.
the back of my notes. This is from a pizza pop box.
This was
I-
meant to be.
I don't know the last time I had pizza pop, but
It's funny that the last interview I did, they mentioned pizza pops as well.
Oh really?
And so I'm like, yeah, flip over my notes. That wasn't in the podcast, but yeah,
I think.
I still get down with pizza pops.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I had pizza pop, but maybe
Really?
maybe I'll make one tonight.
This is not to say that we have anything against pizza pops.
Oh, of course. I did see that House Sausage is making their own, so I'm curious to try that.
Me too. Maybe I'll DM them tonight.
Have you talked to them?
Yes.
Yeah, they're awesome guys.
They're awesome. They're super fun. So hoping to work with them soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so the dumplings you're making, these are Chinese style, right?
Yeah, I think it's just I wish you call like an Asian dumpling. Like I'm not Chinese by any mean. I'm from Thailand,
Yeah.
but we have like I'm Thai Chinese, so it's just a little bit of anything I learned growing up eating Asian food, working in a Thai restaurant, which is mostly Chinese Thai people working there. So the style cooking, the style of Thai food cooking here is really Thai Chinese cooking.
Okay.
So that I think that should.
So what's different? Like how is that different versus just like Thai cooking?
Just spice.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the real Thai cooking would use soy sauce ever, but everything here, like every single stir fry dish there would use soy sauce.
Okay.
So like based in Thai, like the real Thai cooking, I would say they use a lot of fish sauce. So soy sauce, they would call it seasoning sauce. It's not quite soy sauce that we use here. It's called like what do you got? The butterfly sauce,
seasoning
sauce. Yeah, like that would they would use, but it's not actually soy sauce. I
But
would
it's
say.
similar?
Oh yeah, similar, but tastes
Okay,
so much
but-
better.
Oh, really?
Lighter. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
We'll let you try some.
I would love to try it. And so soup dumplings, those are ones that are in like liquid, right?
Soup dumpling is
Or is that- or
the
not?
one that you steam,
Okay.
and then the inside when you break out the pocket, you have to put the soup dumpling on a spoon, because like you take a bite and then the soup will all fall into the spoon, or like you
Oh.
break it and then you eat it like that. You would guarantee to burn your tongue eating soup dumpling. So
Oh, I burn my tongue no matter what I eat.
true.
So this will make it even worse.
Yeah, it's like they put a little bit of like a soup gelatin sheet in it, and then with the filling, and then they wrap it, and then when you cook them, the soup gelatin kind of like melt out, but it's like in the wrapping,
Okay.
so it's just you know
You
And it-
basically get a bowl of soup inside a dumpling wrapper,
That's
Yeah.
sick.
and then you burn your mouth.
they're quite good. They're just so hard to
That's dope.
make.
Yeah. Really?
We tried them once, and it was like the most popular thing. People get so excited, but it was like nightmare.
So once and never again.
People ask me all the time, "Will I make it again?" And I say, "Never."
Never.
Well,
not
I wouldn't
never.
say never.
Maybe never.
Maybe never. But no, it was. I mean, like now we have like people to do it, people to help out. But before it was just me making all this sheet of gelatin, put them in the wrapping. It was really really hard.
And so you mentioned that a lot of different countries make different forms of dumplings.
Yep.
And I would assume that there's probably like a cultural significance behind dumplings. Do you know, are you familiar with any of
Well,
that?
in my culture alone, well, I don't know. In my culture,
Yeah.
it's like when family gathering together, and then we will sit like in a round table where my grandma should make the filling, and she roll out the sheet, and all the grandkids are just like helping rolling them, and then everyone get to like eat and then take some home after kind of idea. It's just like a family gathering.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone can chit chat around the table and talk about catching up, and
That's awesome. So it's like a social thing.
Yeah, and like I heard that from my friend that they Polish, Erin. Yeah, and she said like growing up that what they would do too in their family when they go and visit their baba. I said they like would just roll pierogi and just catching up.
So if we sort of roll it back,
Mhm.
what's your history in the industry? Because I got to say that I think you get like the most love out of anyone that I've ever heard of in the city. Like everyone loves you so much, like as a human being.
Oh,
I want to give you that feedback. I don't know if I ever told you that.
that's nice to hear.
Anybody I mention your name to, like if I say Tarn, they just like they immediately smile.
Oh, that's really nice to hear.
So I don't know
Thank
what
you.
you've done in the industry here, but it must be pretty prolific.
I can't go anywhere without someone saying hi to her. It takes us 3 hours to go anywhere.
Okay.
I swear. It's just so much love. It's like, oh, Tarn. Everybody wants to talk to her.
It's just, I don't know. I work in the Thai restaurant for 16 years.
Like bouncing around between different ones? Or?
No, just one. I work at Ban Thai
Oh yeah.
for 16 years.
Which location?
The downtown one. I work
Okay.
at the front end there for 16 years. And then after that, I left and managed Famous Original for 6 months.
Oh really?
And after that, I was at Food for 2 years. And then during the time I was at Food at the end, I started to do dumpling drop on the side with my mom. And then it get a little big, so I decided to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so if we look at sort of the history, which actually, firstly, I want to say that's wild that you weren't cooking before.
Yes, I know. People actually think that I'm a cook, and I'm like, like when people like when you do the last time I did Brewery and the Bees, and then they're like, oh yeah,
I was so stoked to see you there.
I
'Cause I
was
didn't-
so excited
Were
to
you,
be
were you
there.
like a last minute addition or?
They just I mean, I was only been there for 3 weeks, doing this for like 4 months or something, and they asked me, and this is my favorite food festival. of
Yeah,
all
same with
time.
me. I love it.
I love them. I think the
Yeah.
organization, like everything, was just so good.
Yeah.
So to be part of it is like amazing for me. So they asked me, and I'm like, yeah, of course I would do it. So we get everything together. But yeah, it's like that's like the first time someone called me a chef, and they're like, oh, I'm not a chef. I don't cook.
You can make some mean dumplings though.
Right?
And I was surprised at Brewery and the Beast because like you were still pretty new in the game when that happened.
Oh yeah.
And like your lineup, I think was pretty big there.
Yeah, we were our food in like an hour, and I think we cooked more the double of they asking us to do. So they asked,
really?
Yeah. So we were like double the like because it's like one bite dumpling. I'm like they asked me for like certain amount, and we did double, and we were done. People were so nice, and more than anything, is all the chef and the cook like, can we have some? And I'm like, yeah. That's when I get really excited about. That's like people that I look up to.
Yeah.
Get excited about my food.
And they're stoked that like you're, I mean, it's something you've made.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't doing these things wouldn't exist.
I don't know. People can make dumplings.
Yeah. But with your like, there's probably some touch you put onto it, right? Is there some specific thing you're doing or some of your own flair?
Love.
I think it's all your own flair. You get really excited. Like whenever she has a new idea. So for example, we're doing the spicy Szechuan pork belly right now.
Okay.
She was so excited about it. She like called me at 2 a.m. She's like, Emily, I have an idea. We're going to do spicy Szechuan pork belly. I'm like, okay. She's like, you have to try it tomorrow. And I think it's that excitement about, the flavors.
Yeah, but I
and
always like to like think of
experimenting.
something. Like right now we have organic free range water buffalo from Farm and Field right now. They're like, we have this meat. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Let's try it. But I'm like just excited to just see what, I have a couple people that I call up and be like, well, this is what I have. What do you think we should do? And at the end of it, I'm just like, just try it. It can't be that bad.
It's definitely not that bad.
And
no.
it turned out great, usually.
How many different types have you done? Like different fillings?
Oh, probably like at least 10 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like we should switch it up a lot.
And how many, like every week, how many do you have different types every week?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, and we should have one special that we keep rotate every 2 weeks to a month, depend how popular they are. And I don't want people to get bored, so I change it up a little bit.
And so you have it set up right now because you have the new location.
Yep.
And we can get into that in a little bit. But you have it set up so people can do like the weekly pre-orders.
Yep.
Or you have like a weekly subscription box, right?
We have a 2 months 2-month subscription where like for 2 months they can get 2 bags of dumpling and a chili oil delivery to their house every second week. And it come
really?
with tote bag and some chopstick, and we do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it did really well the first time, and I think people can. I don't know.
It's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID.
Of
you know?
course. Yeah.
Yeah, COVID was.
How have you found COVID? How's it been for you?
I think COVID was like the next step that we need, like to like think of what we need to do, because we were doing solely based on pop up, and then we couldn't do pop up anymore. So we have to always we have to think about a new thing and like a new way to do it. We're going from like 15 delivery a week to close to 250 at
Wow.
one point a week during COVID, because people didn't want to come out and people want to eat something,
Of course.
and also like with frozen dumpling to go, it's like it gives people something to do together.
Yeah.
People were like, I cooked this dumpling with my kid, they love it. Or like there's a few group of ladies that take turn buying dumpling, because every Friday they have a dumpling party.
Really?
And they cook dumpling together. And it's like, to me,
Yeah.
it's the whole purpose of like where my dumpling come from. Is like me gathering with my family. So it's kind of made me pretty happy that people do that.
But how, so again, how does that feel though, knowing that there's like people that like this is part of their weekly routine, something that you're doing? That must feel pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I think it's
100%.
pretty amazing. Yeah, for sure.
And so looking at the sort of the history of Dumpling Drop, how did that sort of come to be?
About 2 years ago, my mother got diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, it's happened. But it's in the history of our family. So she got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so she couldn't work anymore. So the doctors are like, there's no cure for Alzheimer's. You should keep her happy, keep her busy. And I'm an Asian only child, so the only thing that keep her busy and happy is me. So we should try to find something to do together that make her happy. And I think making dumpling bring her like really good memory of us growing up, doing this with my grandma.
Yeah.
So we would just start doing it, and we were making a lot of dumplings. So I'm always invite my friend over for dumpling, and keep them away. But next thing you know, my friends are like, well, why don't you just start selling them? Like, this is pretty amazing. And so next thing you know, one of my friends did the photo, the other one made the website, and boom, the dumpling drop.
When it first started, I
Mhm.
was like, what is this dumpling drop?
Right.
I didn't understand what was what it was. It just came out of nowhere. And then I see this Instagram account with like thousands of followers.
I thought Instagram was also one of the biggest thing. I think we have like Dumpling Drop have one like the best fan base.
Yeah.
And I would go
Oh,
like
1,000,000%.
I would go against anyone in this town who think that like they have better fan than we do.
Yeah.
No,
And it's not even like quality or quantity; it's quality. Like people
You
are
got diehard
so
fans.
yeah,
excited.
people are so excited. People are so supportive, like so kind. I have someone bought my mom flower because
Really?
like she's like, oh, this flower, I just picked flower. This is for your mom, and I'm like,
She didn't know your mom.
yeah, she didn't know my mom. She should know the story behind.
Okay.
She know that I'm like growing dumpling with my mom. She's like, flower for your mom, or like this is for your staff, or like people are so kind, so excited.
And are you still doing it with your mom?
Yes, she
Oh,
was
that's
here
awesome.
today actually.
That's
she
fantastic.
loved. Yeah, she
I
come
love
here
it.
5 days a week. She's really excited to come here.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Like the way I kind of feel about things happening in life is like when bad stuff does come up, rather than dwell on it and spend the time that you have like dwelling on something,
Mhm.
make the most of it because it's the time you have left.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you're channeling that, and now it's like could turn into something like this,
Yeah.
something so like just organic.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I get
That's
to take care
amazing.
of, the money, like I get to take care of my family. This is
Good for
something I'm
you.
very, very excited about.
Good for you, Tarn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
And I do want to make a note that I want to give a shout out to the seagulls right now that are up above us because we're sitting out in this courtyard that I didn't know existed,
Yep.
but we're in behind. What's the place next door there?
Habit Coffee.
Okay, Habit Coffee.
Mole. The old Mole
Yeah.
anyway. And then then I locate a new location is just beside that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a
Authentic
cool little area.
Chinatown, I say.
Yeah, you were saying that you lived in Chinatown for a long time,
12 years. Yeah.
and then every morning,
Oh yeah. The best alarm clock I'm gonna get.
yeah, you were saying like 4 or 5 a.m. the
Yeah.
seagulls start making noise.
After the garbage can for sure.
So how's the new space been so far? Getting this new space.
It's good. It's amazing to just have the own space and it's like a dream to have my own thing. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And it's nice that people can actually now stop by the day we open to pick up their own dumpling, and they don't have to before, like you have to pre-order a week ahead of time, which is like I feel bad, but like that's all we could afford it to do. Like we didn't have enough space, and we were part-time at Paul's Diner Kitchen, and now we have our own space and we can do all the production we want. So people can now stop by, grab dumpling for the dinner for that day, and not have to wait like a week to get it.
So people don't necessarily have to pre-order. They can just come up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 to 6, right?
Yeah, but if you want anything specific, then you should pre-order because it sell out pretty quick.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you ever get people that are like, oh, so here's a question. FOMO. You know FOMO?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you've capitalized on FOMO like more than anyone. You and Chelsea with Sydney Scones.
I know. I think
But
think
it's like brilliant because it's like the psychological thing. Did you do that like consciously at all?
yeah. No.
Lack
But
of freezer space.
yeah, we didn't have
Okay.
enough freezer space for one, but also like people always like I pop up like, why don't you make more? I'm just like, well, I mean like quality over quantity, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
I just want to still make every dumpling on my own then. So that's all I can afford to make. Like that's all the time I have to make. And yeah.
Because when you don't, like when you kind of meet demand, but there's still a little bit more demand than your supply, like there's always, it just drives it.
Yeah, I think that people, and I think that created like the excitement,
Yeah, 100%.
and something for people to look forward to.
Because your pop-ups are like legendary. Last year in the city,
It was so much fun. Like we have so much fun doing pop up.
it just like people were like, yeah, people are crazy for it.
Yeah, people will come half an hour. Like they get there before I get there to set up.
Yeah.
But I'm a last minute person, so I'm like
So
getting
you
there.
like sneak in the back? Or?
Yeah. No, I just go in and they're like, oh. I'm like, oh, we'll be ready because we'll be ready at 6. But they're like, the one we did at Cold Comfort and stuff like that. Like people will be lined up like half an hour, like 5:30. People will be there lined up already.
Yeah.
And we'd be like done in 20. Like the fastest we done was 22 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah, like 6.
Where was that?
Cold Comfort.
Okay.
Canteen.
Yeah,
the
Can
little
Canteen.
side window.
Yeah.
Excellent location. Love them there.
Are you
They're
still
so
going to be
good.
doing pop-ups? Do you think? Yeah? You're nodding your head?
I don't know. I
I
don't
love
know.
doing pop
I
up.
love
I'm just
doing-
optimistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love doing pop up. It just have to be the right fit with the VHA and stuff. They don't like the deep fryer outside.
Yeah, no, of course. Not right
and-
now.
Yeah, not right now. So maybe in my new space, if we can get the kitchen going, then we can have like a pop up at the door, something like that. That will be kind of fun.
So do you have plans for that new space? As of now?
Yeah. Well, we want to put the kitchen in eventually, but right now we focusing on wholesale. So we're gonna do that for now, and take our time with renovation, and then hopefully beginning of next year we can, when everything calm down with the COVID and stuff, then
Yeah.
maybe we'll have some people in here eating dumpling, drinking wine.
That'd be so sick. Are you going to have sake? Because you love sake, don't you?
Yeah. Maybe if Anton would come and serve sake, I would do that.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Get like a pop-up with him coming in or something.
I would love that.
That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. Another thing you do though is the chili oil.
Yep.
So your chili oil is incredible. How hard is it to make chili oil?
I think you have to put the right things together. It's just like what you want to eat. Like I don't even know how I come up with things. I just like to I'm like, I think this would taste good with this and this. And somehow over a hot pot one night I get together and make hot pot, and I was making this dipping sauce. Because at hot pot you make your own dipping sauce. Like everyone there's like a table full of like ingredient, and you make your own stuff for dipping for the hot pot. That's how we do it in my family.
Yeah.
And I just come up with this dipping sauce, and I'm like, man, this is the best chili oil ever. And that's how dumpling drop chili oil come up. So it's just
It's incredible. Like when I was with Natalie on at Chelsea's event, the Sydney Scones event that she put on with Fix Coffee,
yeah.
or Fix It. She tried the dumplings, and like she said, I think that was like one of her most favorite things she's ever tried in her life.
Oh, that's so
But
sweet.
she's like, it wasn't just the dumplings, but it was also the chili oil.
Yeah.
So it is the total combination.
Yeah, I think they go well together, especially when it like deep fry and crispy. It's
Yeah.
so good.
There was something too that like that day, like the dumplings are incredible, but something about that day, like it tasted even better than the last time I'd had it. I don't know. I don't think anything's changed.
No,
But
I
it
don't
just
think
like
so.
I had them. I'm like, oh wow, I
Well-
must have, my brain must have not been working last time or something.
No. Oh, thank you. That was nice. That was so much fun. Yeah. I'm like pretty proud of that chili oil, but don't get it on anything because they're never coming out. Like all my clothes,
Yeah,
chili oil.
We have
I know
like
that one
a-
shirt. I think I have a little bit on that shirt. It's not coming out,
It's
right?
not coming out. But
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
We have like I want to say a bi-monthly tie-dye party with the staff because we have white shirts for our uniform. Well, not uniform, but our t-shirts here, and they all have chili oil on them. And we don't want to have so much fabric waste, so
Yeah.
we just all come back and tie-dye our dumpling drop shirts, and
Yeah.
it becomes
So it's
part
like
of
a-
it.
like a
Team
new-
activity.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you just have like you're like version 1 shirt, then version 2.
Yeah.
It's
So you're saying
different.
version 1.
Yeah, this is version 1.
Yeah.
So what colors is that going to be after you tie dye? What do you think?
I don't know. I like the green that we were having last time.
Oh yeah, we did a nice green-orange combination.
Green
Okay.
orange
How many
color.
different colors do you do? Just 2?
Whatever's available.
Yeah. What do we have? They like my employee, like they organize everything, so it's a fun thing that we get to do like once a month together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now
And
yeah.
with the team, I don't know if people can see on the video, but there's a little new addition to the team.
Oh no.
Team Dumpling Drop.
Say hi, Eddie.
This is Eddie.
Eddie
She's
is
the
like the
newest
most
dumpling.
Eddie is the most chill dog I think I may have ever seen.
So she had a moment. You couldn't see it off camera, but
What, right now?
she saw her Totoro little doll
Yeah.
and remembered that it existed and had a little play date with it. And I thought she was going to fall off the bench. I was so scared.
Oh, really?
So I'm just wrestling with her. I
'Cause-
was smiling on the camera, but then she went back to sleep and she's been chill ever since.
It's incredible. Like since I've been here, yeah, she's just been like,
Pretty
just basically whatever you want to do, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
just
she's
gonna
so
chill. And you said she's 8 weeks. She's like brand new.
brand new. We just got her yesterday.
And you guys did a road trip, I guess.
I did.
She
I
did.
drove.
Oh, just you.
I drove to Kamloops and back yesterday to pick her
Where are you
up.
going? Where are you
How was
going?
that?
It was a lot of drive. I actually really enjoyed driving alone,
Okay.
except we got a little bit of traffic in Chilliwack. That was weird.
Yeah.
Like every time I come back on that road, and like during like Chilliwack and Langley, it's always traffic. But other than that, I really enjoy driving alone.
Were you listening to podcasts or were you listening to music?
Music.
What music?
We just try to turn something really calm for her, so it's like
Okay.
raining sound and thing.
Oh, really? Really chill.
I just try to make her calm. I didn't want her to freak out in the kennel.
Going zen.
Sen.
And how much sleep did you get last night?
0.
0.
Yeah, I'm like a nervous parent. I just sit up and make sure she's okay. And
Really?
Yeah.
And so, because you do have a little a kennel, right?
Yeah, but she didn't like the kennel, so I took her up to my bed and.
But I feel like you'd probably be worried if she sleeps in your bed that like you're gonna roll over.
Yeah,
onto
I
her.
know,
was
yeah.
worried about that. She's so little, and I'm like, oh god, what if I like? But I'm not a heavy sleeper at all, so I'm okay.
She's getting luxury already. She's already in the bed.
I know we spent a lot of money on her yesterday.
Just gifts and swag. And
Really? Yeah.
She's
So,
decked out.
and you were saying that she likes the Totoro toy.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
That seems to be like the first thing that she's gravitated towards.
loves it.
But what else? So what stuff is she not gravitating towards?
She's not gravitating towards her kennel, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, and doesn't like the food yet. So always
Food.
Okay.
Not very food motivated.
What are you doing for
very
the food? Are you
toy.
going to do something?
for her,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about feeding her raw food, but that's a lot of work. Like
Yeah.
it's pricey, but she's not gonna eat that much. So like price is not really, it's just like it's a lot of work because like it's hot out. You can't, if she doesn't eat it all right away, then I don't know. Like if like my mom's Thai and she like Thai way, she's like, you feed your dog what you eat, and I'm like, no, we don't want that here. I don't want her to get so fat.
That's what happened to the last one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the last one a dash hound too?
No, it was a Frenchie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like the smaller dogs?
I like smaller dog.
Yeah. That's what I've always been. My dad always had like smaller dogs. Yeah.
Until we have a house, like we live in a like in an apartment in a condo, so like,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely need a house for. Well, you don't definitely need a house for a big dog, but it certainly helps.
Of course.
Yeah. For sure.
And so bringing it back to Dumpling Drop, you've done a lot of collaborations
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of different brands.
Of course. Yeah.
And do you have any plans moving forward to continue that, or
Oh,
are you
yeah.
just kind of doing your thing right now, or?
I'm doing something with Culture Kombucha
Okay.
next. So we're doing a giveaway. House sausage maybe.
Okay, yep.
We're talking about doing something fun together. Even like the people from nowhere and hang, like last time when they come up to the market, we were talking about maybe do something fun together. So like anyone that reach out, I'm usually really open. I've been doing thing with Sydney Scone, that was fun. Dan,
You did something with her?
yeah, like we did a little giveaway together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But someone like Dan from 49 Below, he
Yeah.
made ice cream for me that I wanted to always try to make, and it turned out great. And that all the proceeds went to a charity. That was really nice. So
Awesome.
yeah, that was
And what
fun.
type of ice cream was that?
Thai iced tea.
Oh, he made that?
Yeah,
Oh no.
it was so good. I love Thai iced tea.
I don't even know what to
missed
say
out.
that I missed out. How good was it?
So good.
So good.
Oh,
was,
no.
Yeah, it was so nice. So he like, what do you want to make? Like anything you want. Like we can try. I'm like, Thai iced tea.
Because his cinnamon toast crunch, have you had that one that he makes?
No, is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he
have you had
makes
cinnamon toast crunch?
No.
No. Have you had
I
it?
grew up on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you had the ice cream?
No, I didn't even know that they made it. And
Yes,
I'm definitely
Dan
gonna
does
look
that.
for it.
Yeah.
I will DM him tonight.
It's ridiculous. It's insane. If you like cinnamon toast crunch, that's what this is, but it's ice cream.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. There was another one that he did that I was super into, and I don't remember what it was. It was blue.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
The honeycomb one stands out for me as
honeycomb
well.
was good. No, the mini egg.
Oh my god, yeah, the mini egg one. They
Yeah,
did
he-
a mini egg one for around Easter time,
And that was fun.
and so good.
I know. We love ice cream.
Everyone loves ice cream.
Oh,
Maybe
There's
we'll-
a lot of good ice cream in the city.
So many.
Yeah.
So many.
Spoiled with
Like
that.
Kid Sister have
I love Kid Sister.
Kid Sister's good. Cold Comfort, they have their own. I feel like Cold Comfort have their own cult. People like 8 p.m. you go there and there's lie up. People finish their dinner and they're like, what are we gonna do? Oh, let's walk to Cold Comfort and grab ice cream. It's crazy. So when I was doing pop up there, which is like last summer, it was insane.
Were you doing a pop up every single weekend?
There for a little bit, yeah, we were.
But like overall, just in general, if I felt like you were doing at least one a week.
Yeah, and at the end, like sometime like over Christmas, we did like a couple here and there. Like we did an appetizer for the opening of Paul's Diner, and that was so much fun with clubs, and yeah, it was nice. And then we do thing at the Village.
Yeah.
In Cook Street Village, and yeah, there was a talk about doing a lot of things, and with COVID come, I think we cancel that week alone when things just start cancel. I think we canceled 5 pop up that week.
Oh, really?
That was like the busiest week we were going into, and then we should have to cancel them all. And
It was worrying. It was like that was, all of a sudden we have culinary coming up. We have all of these pop-ups booked, and then suddenly it's like the income for the next month and a half that Dumpling Drop was counting on is just gone. And
Yeah.
with no way to, we just had to pivot so fast. It's like, okay, well, I guess we can't do this. We had Pho Halong, we had so
Yeah.
many
Oh, that's
things.
right, yeah,
going
the
yeah,
on.
Pho
we're
Halong.
gonna for how long? And
Yeah.
we were gonna do Wick Beer. We were gonna do a closing night for Big Wick Beer Week at the Hudson Market.
Yep.
That was gonna be a big one for us. So it was like a big week. And then, boom, everything's gone. Like everything that we have booked up for the next couple months was gone. So
Well, it was such a crazy time
yeah, like but
because
no one
it was
knows.
like it was unknown.
Yeah, no one knows what's going on. Like how long is it gonna go on for? Like what's so it was crazy. So we just start doing delivery.
Yeah. I think that also, like, with all of that happening, it was just shortly after Tarn had made this her full-time gig too. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden there's just no guarantee for anything. And, everything that had been planned is suddenly off. And it was definitely a big learning curve and a big
In what
play
way?
as you go.
So what does that mean?
We had, again, Tarn had mentioned, like, we had been doing some deliveries here and there.
Yep.
And that was mainly it. It was mostly pop-up. And now suddenly there's just no pop-up. And, now we have to rebrand as we're a frozen dumpling delivery service after being branded as we go up and do a prepared food pop-up. Like, it's just such a change. And I guess you just have to hope that, your customers and everyone in the community accepts that and wants to roll with that. And thankfully they did. Like, this is where it comes in, where you were saying that we have the best fan base. Like, what we mean is, people really care. They heard that we're doing this frozen dumpling delivery service and they're like, yeah, we're on it. We're going to get that. We want to see you guys continue to succeed through this time. And like, it was amazing.
Yeah. And everyone was so kind. Like, thanks for making this food at like this crazy time. Like, we appreciate like having like dumpling delivery and something we can cook with our family. Like, going to grocery store back then was like hassle, the line up, the thrifty food, it like
nobody knew what was going on.
No, exactly.
Like, I didn't want to go anywhere.
No one wanted to go out, right? So
No.
for them to have like, oh, I can actually have a meal with my family, drop off at my house, and I actually can still cook them with my kid and having like a night doing it with my family and having a nice meal was nice.
That's awesome. I mean, but again, that speaks, I think, to how much sort of how good of a job you did growing it right at the start. Because literally, like I said, it came out of nowhere almost. I looked at this Instagram account and there's like 4,000 followers already. And I'm like, what is this?
It was crazy of how much, like, I mean, like part of it, I guess
Who runs the Instagram? Is it
me?
Just you?
Yeah.
Has it been you the whole time?
Yeah. I can't afford anyone. I look into that.
You don't need anyone. Like, let's just clarify right now. I think you have like 10.3 thousand or something.
10.4.
Oh, 10.4.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, that's today.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Like, breaking the 10,000 mark as a business, like serving food in Victoria is insane.
Yeah, the thing is though, we solely based in Victoria because like we can't really go anywhere else.
Yeah.
So to have that, I thought it was crazy. Like, even I personally think it's crazy.
I can think of maybe a couple other places that have it. Like Nourish does, I believe, and maybe that's it.
Really? Okay. Like, no, like
there is. I think there is a couple more, but I don't know offhand.
But I thought it was so crazy. It was like
it's insane.
We were gaining like 100 followers like every like second day. Like, it was like
I love it.
weird. Like, it's just like word of mouth, people get excited. Like, people that know me from all my old job, like, oh, this is what you do now. And, like, people get excited. Like, I grew up here. I went to school here. So, like,
What school?
I went to Vic High. And
So did I.
Yeah, I went to Central and
Nice.
Vic High. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went.
Practically, that means we never really go to school. You know that, right? People are like, oh, you went to Vic High? You mean you should hang at the square in Fernwood? I'm like, yeah, we did hang at the square.
What? When I went there was tacos, I think, being sold or something at some point. And that little, not Mesa Familiar.
No, but there was another taco.
There's another one.
Yeah, there was another taco company.
I never tried
back then.
them. Did you ever try those?
No.
Okay.
No, but it used to be also like, it used to have like a really cool pizza place where where stage is too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
I'm pretty old, so that was a long time ago.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty old too, so.
I don't know.
So we had mentioned about sake earlier,
Uh-huh.
and when I was in Japan,
Yeah.
you like sent Anton and I a bunch of suggestions of what to do.
Okay.
So I want to thank you for that, first
Oh,
off,
Of course.
because you had sent like one of the ones is one that I went and did by myself,
Which is?
and it was one that was it was in Tokyo and it was a park, and you said it was kind of like Beacon Hill Park, I think.
What's it? Yoyogi Park.
Yes,
Yeah, Yoyogi
exactly.
Park. Yeah.
So
It's-
I did do that
It's cool, isn't it? It was like what people do, like what Japanese people do in that park is like they're like really into exercise, but they're
Yes.
really like really particular about exercise.
And there
you
was
know.
there was one guy with like really loud hip hop music going.
Yeah,
It was
and
like a whole diverse like this. It seemed like everybody was represented
did
there.
you see the group of them that hang out there that dress like Elvis?
No, I didn't see
They
that.
all hang out there. It's pretty cool. I love them.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I always try
Except-
to talk to them, and they just wouldn't.
They wouldn't talk to you.
They don't speak English.
Oh,
Or you weren't dressed like Elvis.
That's also true. Yeah.
so yeah, actually did Google Maps to walk there, and it led me to a gate, and I got there too late at night, so the gate had closed,
Okay.
and I had to find my way back, and I basically spent 3 hours trying to get to that park, walking, or 2 hours walking around. It was crazy.
But it's probably fun walking around Japan. Sometimes
I missed that.
aimlessly.
Yes.
It's like when you find the best stuff.
Yeah.
I have like the best time in Japan, and then mostly just walking around. And if I see like a lineup
Yeah.
for food, I usually should go and line up for the food.
Of course.
And they like my friend, what is it? I'm like, I don't know, but they line up. It have to be what good, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I eat my way through Tokyo. Sometimes it's like I should line
There's so
up.
many hidden gems. And actually, when I saw you two in January, I think
Yeah.
you had mentioned that you were going to be moving to Japan.
Yes, another COVID pivot.
Yeah.
You know, life throws you curveballs.
So have you been there a lot then too?
I've never been there. I lived
Oh.
in China
Okay.
for a while because I used to be an English teacher, and I was hoping to do that in Japan. And I'd had a contract all lined up for that, and it's not happening
Not yet.
anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I should go every year for my birthday. So my best friend lived there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Tokyo?
In Tokyo. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you would go every single year?
Yeah. For the past 5-6 years, I go every year.
For how long?
10 days. That's how I do my vacation. I never do anything more than 10 days.
So is 10 the magic number?
I think it's perfect. I think I have fun until 10 days. Like after that, I might get bored. So, and in Japan, like 10 days is great.
So are you staying strictly in Tokyo or are you going other places?
This time we went to Osaka,
Yeah.
Kyoto sometime.
Oh, I love Kyoto. That was my favorite place.
Kyoto's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's probably like, because like, supposedly it's like,
It was the original capital,
yeah,
right?
because and also like it's one of the city that never get bombed. So all the old building, you know what I mean? Like all the like old temple and old building is still standing, and I think that's amazing.
Have you been to Hiroshima?
No,
Okay.
I think it's the story behind it is like,
Going to the museum there and seeing like when you first walk in, they have that table where it's like sort of a hologram
mhm,
of like the bomb. It's from an overhead view and the bomb drops and you see the city overhead before it hits
mhm.
and then it nukes and it just wipes everything out like that. That sets the stage and it's like so emotional
Mhm.
when you go through the museum and then you walk outside and they have that building that's still there. Like I think it's maybe the last remaining structure
Oh wow.
from when the bomb hit.
Okay.
And it's the historical site.
Yeah.
And like Anton and I think we both had some tears when we were there.
Yeah.
It was really insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been there, but I also just like sometimes I'm just like, man, that might be a little too heavy for my 10-day vacation. But I will go sometime soon. Hopefully.
I think it's good to go. I mean, I think with Anton and I, we just kind of just wanted to go out of respect
Yeah.
because when we were there, like we had to go because every single person that we encountered, like showed us the utmost respect.
So kind.
It was mind blowing.
And you feel so safe there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I like always
oh, yeah.
walking alone, like, and I don't even speak Japanese, and I feel safe because someone will help you out, someone will guide you, and you know,
It was like one day at a bus stop, Anton and I were there. It was late at night. And this older lady, she's probably like 75, 80.
mhm,
She didn't speak any English. And she came up to both of us and she was like determined to help us.
mhm,
And she actually did somehow. And then we're like, arigato gozaimasu.
mhm.
Like we were saying, thank you very much. And she just sort of nodded her head and sort of grunted and then turned around and just walked away at like 10 p.m. at night. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's like they're so
It was so
kind.
great.
Yeah, I love Japan. I think it's like one of the coolest country. I want to move there.
Where would you move?
Probably I would just live in Tokyo actually.
Really?
Yeah, I like Tokyo a lot.
Which area?
Ooh. I don't know. Not Shibuya. That's somewhere like I don't know, like by the river where all the cherry blossom.
Okay.
I like that area. like just like just like a little bit off from Shibuya. I just can't think of the name right now.
Yeah.
But it's like that's a good neighborhood. Very expensive though. I just want to own one of those.
Just don't. I mean, Ginza's expensive.
Oh, I don't like Ginza.
Okay.
It's just
Is it more expensive than Ginza, the other one?
yeah, but it's like really Japanese based. Like that's where all the Japanese people. I think Ginza is where like all the foreign model live.
Okay.
For all the foreign model hang out and all like the Japanese businessmen hang out, you
I
know.
see.
But like this is more like like a Japanese neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it there.
And where were you going to go teach? Which area?
I was going to be in sort of a small residential area just outside of Tokyo,
Okay.
like I think about 2 hours away.
Which direction?
South, sort of along the
Oh,
coast.
yeah.
Sort of at the base of Mount Fuji, but on the coastal side.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Because it was such, like, honestly, Japan was incredible.
How long were you there?
We were there for 2 weeks.
Okay, that's
Or-
perfect time.
It was, I guess, technically 13 days, but we did 12 cities in 13 days.
Yeah, you guys were crazy.
Wow.
When you were telling me about what you guys were doing, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I mean, we're booking our hotels at 9 p.m. the night that we're staying somewhere.
mm-hmm.
Like that night we're doing it. And we only ran into one situation where we kind of it was a little bit difficult to get a room. And then we stayed in this
you know
weird
what
place.
the Japanese people do?
What's that?
They should rent
Oh, the capsule hotel?
no, the singing room karaoke, like, and they just like stay there all night. You can like after midnight, you can it's all you can drink, and you can sing, and then you can stay in there until like the next train open up. That's what people do. It's cheaper than renting a hotel.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing. I'm not just making this up.
Do people actually sleep here though, or they're just staying awake?
No, I walk by sometime and see it, and people are just like napping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or pass out. I don't know.
I had one cool night at there was an artist studio where I walked by when I was walking back to the hotel. Anton wasn't with me, and there was two guys in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the owner of the space, and then the artist that was renting the space and showing off his work.
Mm-hmm.
And like one night, I just went in and hung out with them for a while, and it was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I sometimes just walk by and they like will see me looking in, and they tell you to come in, and next thing you know, you drink with them until 3 in the morning, and
Yeah.
they don't even speak English, and somehow we managed to have great times.
And the little bars that they have there, where it's like the room, and the bar is the size of the room.
Yeah, I love the 5-seating bar.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I mean, it's just never gonna work here in Victoria, like with the rent and everything. But like, what a dream to have a 5-seating bar that I can just run by myself
That's what
and-
Anton was saying.
and
Like
have all my friends sitting there.
Yes.
You know, like that would be a dream.
it's almost like Cheers or something,
yeah, it's
where you
so
get
cool.
to like set your own little stage of like a movie,
Mhm.
because you get to bring the energy and set it to sort of you would attract the people that sort of fall in line with what you're doing and who you are,
Yeah.
and you could just have this little environment that you create, and every night you just go and chill and go home. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not about making money to them, because I
No.
talked to a few of them. It's like it creates a space that they can hang with their friend, and something they proud to have. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a cool space for them to hang out with their friend. It's not about making money. I think some of them just work so hard to keep that up. Like I know a guy that like own a coffee shop, and he works 7 days a week by himself, and he like not making any money because the rent is so expensive, but he like, I just enjoy doing this. I'm just doing what I love, and I get my friend to hang out.
Yeah.
So it's like something to remind.
So it's like a good sense of purpose.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think to them that's a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And it just the everyone was so genuine. It seemed.
yeah, so kind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they kind of give you your own space too. They never like in your face about anything. Everyone just
Oh,
like
no.
on the train. They just read their book.
Nobody says anything on the train.
No.
Nobody talks.
No one talk on the phone. You never see anyone talk on the phone.
I didn't see any children like misbehave the entire time we were there. I saw it once, and it was somebody who was a visitor.
Yeah,
I
me
think.
too. Me too. I saw one, and it was like
It was someone who was a tourist.
Yeah, a foreigner
Yeah.
kid screaming, but
Yeah.
like Japanese kid. I don't think that's even allowed to do.
I don't know. It was weird.
I
Like
don't
even
know.
the newborns were like, they're just like quiet, and I was like, what is this? actually,
What are you giving your kid? I don't know.
The deer were more misbehaved.
Oh yeah, the deer. Did you went to the island?
Miyajima, yeah. And then in Nara as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Nara?
No.
Okay, you have to go to Nara,
Okay.
because there's that bar there called Lamp Bar. And Machito, I think he was named the best bartender in the world
Okay.
5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the owner of the bar. So when we went there, like just seeing that the way they operate in that bar was pretty mind blowing
Okay.
because there's no menu.
And
like-
he should make whatever way.
Yeah,
You
he just
feel
asks
like?
you. He's like, what do you like? What base do you like? And then you tell him like, well, I don't know, vodka. And then he'll just come out with this crazy thing, and he'll come back and explain to you what all the different components are.
I think that's so cool.
Like-
But I think Victoria getting like that though with bartending. I feel like we have so many good bartender that how like
Oh yeah,
People
shout out to
aim
Mike
to-
Norbury.
yeah, right?
Yeah,
I love him. I
Mike's
think he's-
awesome.
Yeah,
And now I know Anton is going to be entering his first competition.
Oh, good for him.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is he making?
I don't know.
I'm excited for him. He's probably gonna turn, all
He's
in,
going for it now. He's going for it.
all caps.
All caps. That's right.
Love
Shout
him.
out to all caps.
Yeah, we love him.
But yeah, no, Japan it's a very special place.
Yeah, we actually went to a cocktail bar when we were in Mexico City.
Okay. When was
Uh,
this?
Beginning of February, like really,
March?
like
Oh, right before COVID.
yeah, right before
Oh,
COVID.
like, do you mean like before COVID sort of hit here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Like right before everything started closing.
yeah, right before the quarantine things start to happen.
see.
Yeah, we went to I think it was like the end of January maybe.
Yeah.
But we went to Mexico City where they recommend us to go to a jazz bar, and I'm like, okay, let's go to jazz bar. Like it'll be kind of fun. We walked there, and it was the sister bar to the one in Tokyo. So they only have one in Tokyo and one in Mexico
Have
City.
you been to the one in Tokyo?
No, I never made my way there. It's like I call like the JBS or something.
Okay.
But it's like a high end like music bar where they make fancy cocktail and you listen to like a high end sound system, like classic jazz music. It's super cool.
That's
But-
awesome.
But it's crazy that like there's one in Tokyo, another one in Mexico City.
So is that on the list now then to go to the one in Tokyo?
Yeah, definitely.
compare?
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be pretty cool. It's so cool in there. It's just like everything is
And
just
so how is Mexico City?
love it.
Cool.
Yeah?
Good
Yeah,
food
probably like
scene.
one of well like beside Tokyo is like one of the best city I've been in a while.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
haven't traveled very much. I don't know. Have you guys done a lot of traveling?
Yeah.
Uh,
fair bit.
Yeah, I go to Europe. Like I went to London a few times
Okay.
couple years ago, and then I went to Portugal and yeah, France and stuff. But like no one like I went to Mexico, but like we go to all inclusive. So this is like Mexico City is like a new experience.
Totally
It's
different.
totally different feel. Like I'm like, oh, everyone speak English in Mexico, right? Because we got all inclusive. Everyone speak.
Cancun.
No
and-
one speak.
Nobody.
No.
Okay.
Or if they did, you're in Mexico, why wouldn't you speak Spanish with us? I think
Yeah.
maybe is the attitude, which fair enough. Yeah. I think that like it's a harder place to travel if you don't speak the language.
Okay.
Not impossible. But yeah, totally a different thing. Very European vibe kind of thing in the city. Very a lot
Cool.
of fun.
Yeah, cool
Mm.
architect.
Yeah, architecture and food scene. If you're into those things, that's the place you have to go for sure.
I'm down with food.
Yeah, you'll love it there. We like asked a few people about like where to go, and they sent Uber guy, and he sent that. I'm like, oh, where's the best taco stand? He's like, oh, I'll drop you off, and he dropped us off in a taco hall, where like it's like a giant cafeteria, no single foreigner there, like none. Like they should like all like worker, and then they probably almost like 100 table, like tiny table, and they would just serve everything like all. They'll serve the whole pig, so you can shoot what type of meat you want,
Oh, really?
and then just like taco is so cool.
And I wonder, have you had Israel's tacos?
Yes, I did.
And what'd you think?
It's amazing.
Amazing, right?
He's so cool. I would think Victoria's lucky to have him here.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, I think Victoria and we are hoping that he will cook us our first start party back here.
Really?
Yeah, like
That's
a
awesome.
private start party. So
Well, he's doing his thing now.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
He just
So-
announced his the dinner for this Friday. He put up the tickets last night for it, and the early seating's already sold out
Nice. Where is he doing it?
at Harvest Road.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I think he was telling me about that, but I thought it was just a pop up. I didn't know it was the dinner. I thought it was like a pop.
So this one I think is a unique event
Okay.
where it's a 4-course meal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really stoked that they're sort of collaborating.
Yeah.
Because he came out with me for lunch one day because I know Brendan and Jenny at Harvest Road, and Brendan just walked over and he just sat down because he's really friendly.
Yeah.
And he just started speaking Spanish to Israel.
Okay.
And I think Israel was amazed because he wasn't expecting Brendan to start speaking Spanish, and they instantly connected.
That's cool.
Like it was so awesome to see.
Yeah.
And how it's now they're doing a collab like this.
Yeah, that's
It's really
pretty fun.
cool.
Yeah, I have a meeting with him too, so hopefully we're doing something together soon. I don't know what gonna
Awesome.
be yet. Yeah, but
His tortillas, like they've ruined tortillas for me.
right?
Like legit.
Yeah.
Those tortillas are like unlike anything else.
But you know what that is? He also make that with love.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh
There's-
yeah.
There's so
I've
much.
seen- yes.
There's so much love and labor going into that, and that's a huge difference.
Of course.
You know, so and he like, yeah, you know, it's not like the perfect circle because it hand pressed. I'm like, that's what people want, you know?
Yeah, you want imperfections.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the real deal, right?
Like our dumpling doesn't look the same. And you can tell, like, sometimes I can tell who make those dumpling, like who pinch those dumpling, because we have like people helping out because everyone pinched the dumpling a little differently.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what's your technique with the pinching?
should go for it.
Just
Yeah, the dough is soft enough, so you put the filling in the middle.
Yeah.
Fold it in half, and you should pinch it, and it should close.
okay.
That's
If I
all.
do it
but-
differently, I fold it like a fan.
Yeah,
really?
Like some people are fat, but I'm just like
You
half
just take it and just
pinch it. I don't have time to be pretty about it. I make thousands of them a day. You know, fast and efficient.
okay. I respect it.
Yeah,
And imperfect.
yeah. Like I like. There's a lot of love going into it. It's just not pretty. It
How
won't
many-
taste good.
How many people are making them with you now?
We have 12 staff right
Oh,
now.
wow.
On and off.
On and off. Like no one works full time, but
Of
like
course.
yeah, but like we have like people help with delivery, people who help out like 4 hours a week, but you know, just friends.
It's
that help.
mostly people coming to hang out, and then
And you
all
just
of
have a
sudden
good
they're
time
just making dumplings.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the beauty
awesome.
of it.
Yeah.
So,
It's-
like you
it's
were
a
saying-
good it's a good like family.
Yeah. So
Here.
like when you're saying growing up, because you did it as a family, right?
Yeah.
Making dumplings.
Yeah.
And now it's sort of transcended into like a bigger family.
Yeah, they just sit in a big table around the table and they just make dumpling and just chit chat, and I will make them lunch back here, you know, like barbecue some lunch, feed them. Just treat everyone like family here.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And when we say staff, like they're all friends.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
all
We
friends.
don't like
My
there's-
mom, my
yeah.
aunt.
it's all friends and family.
I love it.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Like how I don't know. I that just makes me almost gives me the warm and fuzzies.
You should come and hang out with us one day.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Because like,
they will teach you how to roll dumplings.
can I please?
Yeah, for sure. We'll make that happen.
I
for
would
you.
love to. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anton also really want to roll dumplings, so
Does he?
maybe we should have you come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna taunt him.
Yeah, but then he
I'm
could.
tell- I'm gonna
But then
tell him-
he want to make the world most perfect dumpling.
He does.
It's Anton. He want everything to be so perfect.
And
It's
that's
gonna,
the beauty of Anton.
yeah,
We love him.
yeah.
It's
He gonna make it
perfect.
like the most pretty dumpling, and I'll be like making like 6 tray, and that's Antoine making.
You should see. So when we go to food events and we're taking photos, Anton and I, like if you're with us in a group and we're doing this like to take some photos and we're gonna try something,
Mm-hmm.
like you're gonna be eating like really cold food because
He want to take so many pictures.
no him and me together.
Oh God.
It's awful.
But-
it's we actually
But
we-
it looked good. I really appreciate when you guys take picture of my food. It looked nice.
I don't know. I'm used to eating cold food now.
Okay.
Like I'm just an accepted thing. I almost imagine what this food was like hot half the time. I don't know,
well,
but
we appreciate all the good photo. Thank you.
thank you. And yeah, I know in Japan there was a couple times I think where we
Yeah, they get
Take
kind of mad of you. They-
well no, but Anton and I were like we're trying to take photos of each other, and I don't know if we were just tired or what, but we got a little bit annoyed because we're like trying to get it perfect and it wasn't quite perfect.
Oh God. Well, I was gonna say like all the Japanese lady be like, eat it before, like because they wanted you to eat it when it's like the best, you know.
Yeah,
They don't want you to eat a cold food, so
yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't get mad at you for that.
I don't know. Actually, I did one thing in a place. What are those drinks with the little tiny ball thing at the top? It's in like a plastic container and it's like a fruit drink or something.
Oh, okay. I
Like-
know exactly what you, but
You
I
know-
don't
you
know
know
what
what I
it's
mean?
like.
It's like lemonade, but it's not. I know what you mean. Like
It's
you
got
push
the little-
it into the
yeah,
thing.
that.
Oh my God, it starts with an R. I can't think of what it's called. I know exactly what you're talking about though.
Because I was drinking one of these things in a restaurant
Mhm.
and the waitress like ran over to me, and I don't know. You're supposed to drink. You can drink that out of the bottle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was doing that, and she ran over like I was doing something horrific, and she like gave me a glass, and I wasn't sure if that was like wrong
Oh
or
no,
something.
it's just sometimes they should like really like, oh, I forgot to give you a glass. I'm so
okay.
sorry. You know, like
You
they're
just
like,
reminded me of that. It was funny.
yeah.
I was wondering for a second if I was doing something wrong.
No. I think sometimes we should like the culture that we don't really get, and they like, you know, the way we pour a drink. I'm like, I'll pour you a drink, and they should like pour you a drink with two hands. And like the certain angle, certain way is like the respect thing. It's just like
I was just gonna say it's the respect.
yeah.
When you're there and you're like, let's just say you run into a stranger and you're just talking to somebody, they stop whatever they're doing, and they like they're with you in the conversation.
Yeah.
They're present. They're not like thinking about, oh, I got to go to the store over here and like, yeah, what do you need? Like, you know, they're actually stop and they're engaging with you as if nothing else exists.
Yeah, they're really polite people.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
I really hope that you're going to be able to, I mean, you'll be able to at least visit.
Talk about FOMO. I'm hearing all of this.
I know, I'm
Damn
sorry.
it.
So I'm not trying to be mean here.
No, you're all good. You're getting me excited for my eventual undetermined visit.
It's going to be incredible. There's so many little things too that like going there, that there's nowhere to eat your food. There's a lot of great places to get food, like, but you're not supposed to walk and eat your food.
No, because they want you to enjoy the food.
But there's nowhere to sit and eat it.
True. I should go to the park. I'll sit on like the bench.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's like 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven
7-Eleven
there
have the best food.
is if 7-Eleven was like that here, I would eat there like every day.
Well, it's like here, if you go and eat at 7-Eleven here, it's like a bad thing. Like, why? Like, that's just so unhealthy. Like, everyone there eat food from 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven food, that's great.
Oh, it was amazing. Oh,
Rice
yeah.
ball?
Have you tried the sandwich with the strawberries and custard in it?
So good.
Yes.
It's like
What about the crispy ice cream sandwich? The
Haagen-Dazs one?
Haagen-Dazs one.
So good.
We only found that in two places.
You should, do a late night purchase at 7-Eleven before I go home.
Really?
Just hang out there, have a few more beer.
The only late night one that we found was
They always open.
Family Mart.
Family Mart is great. 7-Eleven open 24 hours. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Family Mart is good.
Yeah.
The fried chicken at Family Mart is really good.
Really?
So good.
See, now I miss all the convenience stores even. Everything there is great.
And
Yeah.
I don't think it's that expensive like people seem to think it is.
It didn't cost us that much for the 2 weeks.
No, I feel like you can get really expensive. You can go really expensive.
Oh, of course.
But you can also like travel on a budget and eat at 7-Eleven like I do.
Yeah. You get those little, they almost have little pizza pops things there. I forget. They're in the little showcase at the front.
Yeah.
But
and
I mean,
sometimes you should like point and they like give you something and you like don't know how to say no, that's not what you want, but you eat it and it turned out great anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some interesting sushi that we ran across there. One of them was called Children's Shit,
Oh.
which is the weirdest name to see on a menu.
Did they put that in English?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
no,
what
I
it's-
never had that before.
The
but
menu, and it said Children's Shit. And Anton were like, I didn't know what it was. I'm just like, I'm going to order this. But they were sold out.
Oh, well,
So
I
funny.
guess they
It was-
showed
yeah.
them shit
Maybe
that
it was
day.
like maybe that was the kids menu kind of thing, and then they were trying to get someone to translate it. It's like, what would you call this? It's like, oh, children eat shit. You know,
I don't know.
it's children's shit.
We asked what it was,
Yeah.
and they said something about it being like a pregnant fish or something with like I think, I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
I forget what I think that's what they said.
That's lost in translation right there.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. Oh my God.
Whenever I see anything, like I was at a place once and I saw veal brain when I was in Quebec City.
Did you eat it?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was actually amazing. It was like a ragu.
Okay.
But anytime I see something like that stands out on a menu, I just order it. I don't even think about what it is.
So you're an easy
Understand.
eater. You should try everything.
Just name something crazy and I'll try it.
Okay, that's good. Good to
Basically.
know.
Yeah, my favorite meal I've ever had was in China, and it was pig's brain.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. I've had it a few times.
A few
Every time
times.
it was great. Yeah.
Really?
And fish eyes.
So did you make the choice or did somebody say, here, try this?
The first time somebody said, "Here, try this."
Did they tell you what it was ahead of time?
They said it was pig, and it was unclear what part of the pig it was.
Oh,
Smart.
But you learn to be adventurous that way, you know?
yeah. But then you tried it and you liked it, right?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. I'd have it again. I
Yeah.
did have it again.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing that like, yeah, if you're open to stuff, what you can actually experience. Like recently I tried testicles from a lamb.
How was that?
And that was actually the best part of the lamb that night. Like Mo cooked up the whole thing.
Okay.
That was the best part.
Okay.
But he wouldn't tell me what it was ahead of time.
Yeah, I think that's a smart choice of him to not tell people. I feel like people would enjoy it better.
Yeah.
Not like have with an open mind.
Yeah.
Than to just go in and judge what it is before they eat it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't tell me, but I was like, dude, just tell me. He finally did, and I'm like, okay, well, it tastes really good.
That's good.
I don't know. I mentioned that to somebody else, and they already knew. They're like, yeah,
That's
good.
the best. Okay.
Yeah. Around the city now with COVID and all that stuff, and if you guys are eating out,
Mm-hmm.
where have you been going?
Patios.
Yeah, it's a
outside.
patio outside. Like sometimes, like I try not to go out so much, but I'm so tired at the end of the day to go home and cook,
Yep.
I've been cooking all day. So we find patio out here. I usually just go to New Bowl bar down
The
the
new
road.
one?
Yeah, the new one.
Yep.
And just hang out there and just sit the patios night. So we should hang out there and then go and grab a beer at Whistle Boys or something like that.
I still haven't been there. And I saw they just have a new there's a new kitchen or a new person doing food at Whistle Boy,
Oh
right?
yeah, he actually. I don't know where he get my phone number, but he called me up one day and asked about food truck and thing. But I guess he got it going. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even have a food truck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard good things. So we should go and check it out.
I would love
together.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on Saturday only for the food. So
Yeah.
like that one anyway. They have different people go in and do their food, which I thought was really smart.
Yeah. And so you guys are basically feeling patios because that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I
patios.
want to do
good.
patios. I don't really want to right now be inside.
And also like every restaurant now to have patio now. So there are more patio seats than ever in Victoria. So
Yeah, it's
go
everywhere.
and enjoy it.
It's
It's everywhere.
Street, sidewalk, and in between is like there's a patio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where there never was one. So
Yeah.
you kinda
I like that. Yeah,
I like it too.
Yeah, last night we were at Stage. I
yeah.
moved.
Do they have one there?
They
Yeah.
have. They
Oh,
closed.
really?
They closed down. So they closed down that section of what street is that?
Yeah, right in between like the Fernwood Inn and
Yeah, exactly.
and there.
Yeah, then have a Fernwood didn't have this section of the table, and Stage have their section of the table. And Stage right now have like a $5 dish, like Appy, and it was so good. The drink
Really?
good customer service. Love them. Check it out, everyone.
Okay, I've only been to Stage once and I did enjoy it. I went for dessert
Yeah.
and they had the so at Cactus, they have a chocolate peanut butter bar thing.
Yeah,
Do you know that dessert?
of course. So good.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so at Stage, I think when I went, they had like a more their own version of that same thing. Do you know do they still have that?
I don't know.
Okay.
We should have some Appy and some drink, but it's like such a good feel. Like
Yeah.
everyone in front with social, so many dogs walking by. You feel like you're like in Europe or something, sitting out there.
Yeah, it was
It's
really
very
nice.
nice. You should
That's
check
cool.
it out.
They're
Okay.
also, I don't know if they're still doing it, but when they first opened up after COVID, they were doing a small seating set menu kind of situation.
Oh yeah,
3
they're
or 4
doing that
courses.
still.
They're still doing
Yeah,
that.
on the
and I've
weekend.
heard amazing things
Okay.
too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Cliff earlier.
Love Club.
And have you done any of the pizzas from Agrius?
Oh,
Probably
Yeah.
the best pizza in town.
I still haven't done that.
oh my God, you have to. It's so
Clark
good.
mentioned it, but the one I did at Hanks and Nowhere,
Yeah.
the podcast, he mentioned the pizzas, and I still haven't done it.
I think it's probably one of the best pizza. But that's another thing that like admire about Cliff is just everything just so quality of everything that he does. He just would not budge for anything. He's like, I'm gonna use like organic butter, even though you can't tell I'm using organic butter. Or like I'm gonna use organic milk only.
Because he knows he's doing it.
He know he's doing it, and he
Okay.
like not willing to compromise that. And I think that's why all his stuff he ever done is so good.
I've never met him, and I would really like to.
He's probably he's my mentor, so I
Really?
love him. Yeah, love him. I think
Okay.
he's great. He helped me out so much. Dumpling Drop would not be where we are right now without his help. So
That's awesome. Shout out to Cliff.
love him.
One of the hardest working people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Really?
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard to even have a beer with him. If you're going to have a drink with him, come by my restaurant to do it so that he can like fix a window while you're having your drink. It's great though. It's
Yeah.
very admirable.
Yeah, like I look up to him a lot.
So
For
a
sure.
podcast like this can't really happen.
I mean, if you're okay with him doing carpentry on the side or making pizza.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got to say, Eddie is like the cutest thing.
Oh, I know. I cannot. Oh, I love her.
Just like,
She's so chill.
it doesn't make any sense how chill she is.
She's just so chill.
She's
just
just
wants
so
to
tired.
snuggle.
Life is so tough.
Yeah, she like runs for one. She walked a lot today. I think she walked a total of 2 blocks. But for her, that's like 3 marathons.
Yeah.
Because her legs are so tiny. So I think she's like, okay, I'm gonna sleep now for 20 hours. Yeah.
That's good. I need her to sleep tonight, so I can sleep
I
tonight.
know you need sleep tonight.
Ugh. But yeah,
But you were saying that there's maybe a different way that you can get her to sort of go into the kennel,
yeah.
like different strategies
Yeah, we're gonna
where you don't make it
try-
sort of be like this, like
Where
this
you have to
ultimate.
be,
You have to
yeah.
be there.
Yeah, I was reading all these different strategies. The next one we're gonna try is we're gonna give her meals beside her kennel, so she gets, associates the kennel with food and
Oh,
eating
yeah.
and happy, but she doesn't really like to eat, so I don't know, it might not work. We'll see.
But then at a certain
Trial and
point,
error.
like you start off with the food beside and then maybe the food inside,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they
That's
want
what they
us to
say.
do.
and then you
Yeah.
just don't close the door and just like
Let us hang.
this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not harmful.
Oh, we're talking about you. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now she wants to get moving
She's
around.
like,
And if people aren't watching the video, I would suggest loading the video up. Oh, she's even got the little Eddie name caller
oh yeah.
fully decked out.
Deck out.
It's not red though. I think you would get like a dumpling drop.
We will.
The merch is coming for
Okay.
We
Are you-
spent so much money on her merch. It's on the way.
Are you
Custom
gonna
merch.
get like a little T-shirt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
When she's big enough to wear something.
We
So-
took her to
Oh, big you.
we took her to get fitted for a little life jacket in case you take her to the beach and stuff like that, and she doesn't even fit double extra small, so
Oh, really?
we have to wait.
How much does she weigh?
The yawn. Oh my god! I hope the mic picked that up.
It did.
4 pounds, maybe?
Yeah, 4 pounds.
4
Right now.
pounds.
She'll probably get to be about 8 to 10. Not that
Okay.
big.
So yeah, the word that comes to mind with her is it's like precious.
Yeah.
You know what I
for
mean?
Sure. We should hope that she could be my mom therapist, like therapy dog, like keep her company and keep her busy.
Well, I think she's going to be awesome. Well, it seems like she just would just cuddle all
Cuddle,
day.
Yeah, it's be good for her. Yeah.
Just cuddle
Okay,
all
yeah.
day.
Yeah. Hang out.
With dumplings, is there a flavor you haven't done that like you want to do, or one that you tried that didn't work?
No, I'm surprised that they all work out because half the time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do shrimp and chive, and I post it online, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh, but I never make shrimp and chive dumpling before. What should
Oh,
I?
so you just come up with an idea and you're like, yo, I'm doing this.
Yeah, and
No,
I
No,
this
that's
is
not even-
every time she posts
And
it,
then what
and then
it-
she's
what-
like,
I post
I don't
it
know how I'm
and
gonna
I
make
don't-
this.
But does she like freak out after
yeah.
the post? Or
She
get a
doesn't
little
freak
worried?
out.
A little worried?
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, well, you should try this because
Well, we all tell her. We're all like, all right, last time we did this, you posted it, and then you didn't know how to make it, and then you were worried, and then we had so much, like, hopefully this is good. And then every time she's just like, okay, I'll learn for next time, but it's the same thing every time.
But I
Okay.
think that's how I do my best work.
that's
You work
true.
under pressure.
I work so good under pressure. I'm not
That's
like
awesome.
a planner. So yeah, like I want to do lamb next.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Have you done lamb before?
No, I haven't. But there's a talk that me and Bob from Head Chef at Swans, we're gonna be doing something together with
Awesome.
with some lamb. So,
I over the Christmas time last year,
mhm.
I went to in Swans. They have like that fancy suite.
Upstairs.
Yeah, have you been there?
Yeah.
With like the
I
3
have
levels.
I have my birthday party that one. I come home from Japan,
Yeah.
and it was on my birthday. I come home and I like should have a shower, and then someone knocked on the door. They're like, "Hey, let's get going." I'm like, "Going where?" And my friend should rent me the penthouse for my birthday.
Really?
Yeah,
Because it's cool. Because when you rent it for an event, you get to stay there overnight.
yeah. But they also like was so slow that they keep up the whole floor. So we get that, and then like so everyone get their own room.
Oh my
It
god,
was so sweet.
that's incredible.
Yeah, that's super sweet there. We like it there. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Like to have a party there is crazy.
And that little roof that they have, that rooftop area.
People get married up there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
They used to have a like a wedding package and stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a fair size.
Yeah, pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah. The view from up there is really nice because you have like the bridge and all the water and all that stuff.
Especially with the new bridge, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing at the when the bridge goes up.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sitting on the patio at Nubo with Anton and Mike recently,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you should get a photo with like holding some food with the bridge up behind it or something. I think it would look pretty
You
cool.
would do that, but you only keep that in mind. The bridge only up for a certain amount of time. You gotta
I
get
know.
a picture quick.
I told Anton, I'm like, dude, go do it. But he's like, I don't want to go to the other side of the patio and like be this weird, creepy guy because there was a whole bunch of people sitting right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to be this weird, creepy guy like taking photos of people because they would have been in the
He
photo.
wouldn't take it in time anyway. You can't take too long to take picture. The bridge would be
Oh, I
down.
see what you're
but,
saying.
You know?
Maybe
Okay.
this is the perfect opportunity for you to eat hot food. You know?
Get
Because
a
you
quick-
gotta
I didn't
get
eat.
in and
Quick
out.
snap.
Actually, this is even a thing. Like I had a meal. I went to Hank's and I got takeout recently.
Oh, I saw that. Looked delicious.
Yeah,
The sandwich.
yeah, it was the Wagyu pulled beef sandwich, and I did not intend that one. I didn't try and take a nice photo of, and it was I had to post it. It was so good. That one I just took like, but even when I wasn't trying, I still took like 2 or 3 moving it in my hand.
I never hear anything bad about Hank or nowhere, so I'm sure it's pretty good.
No, I had the best dining experience I've ever had in the city.
Yeah.
At Nowhere a month ago.
Yeah, I went to nowhere before. I haven't quite get into Hank, but I dropped I did couple delivery to Hank during COVID, like some
Did they order some dumplings?
Yes, I think some staff or someone did.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
awesome.
when people that like I look up to order dumpling, I get really nervous still. Like when I drop like dumpling off at like Sambry, I'd be like, they eating my dumpling, you know,
Yeah.
like, and I get like really nervous about things like that.
That's so cool. Because like when I was talking with Clark and Devin, like I was like a fanboy.
Yeah,
Like I was just so happy to be there and like just so stoked that they were talking to me.
yeah.
Like I loved it.
It's just like, yeah, it's like that feeling for me. But I'm like, but now they're like tasting my food. Like, what do you think? You know, like I get so nervous about people that like good chef eating my food. I
Yeah.
get like so scared. But they're so cool and they're supportive.
Of course.
Yeah,
And I'm sure they loved it.
hope so.
Oh, so they didn't reach out to you?
No,
Whoever
they
did it?
No, they did. They're great.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I love them.
Yeah.
We're very lucky with all the people in the city. Like there's so many awesome people in the food industry.
And really supportive. Everyone
Yeah.
want to help out. You know,
Yeah.
like. Yeah, like I think Victoria really lucky with the food scene that we have.
And a lot of like the artisanal producers. So like you're like
So
yourself
good.
and like Chelsea and Dan,
Yeah,
like you had mentioned.
yeah.
Everybody like, yeah, everyone's like down to help in any way that they can.
Yeah, today like I went to pick up. I do food box with a young couple in Machosen.
Okay.
But they like, oh, you use like I was talking to them about cilantro, and they were like, they have cilantro bunch. I'm like, what do you do with all the root of cilantro? Because they, you know, when people sell here, they cut off the root for cilantro.
Yeah.
And he like, oh, we should throw them away. I'm like, any chance you can just save them for me? And then they're like, why? I'm like, I think that's what Thai people, that was the best part. We put in soup stock, we put in that, and I think that would be the best part for dumpling. And today they just give me a giant cooler full of like cilantro root
Oh, really?
that I'm gonna be using in my next dumpling.
Somebody was talking to me
something.
about this recently. Like when you cut off the tops of some of the veggies or
Mhm.
the bottom, like don't throw that away.
They're good.
You can just boil it in water and use it as like a base for something.
Yeah, especially cilantro is the most favorite foods in the root.
So
I think
do you love cilantro?
love cilantro.
Oh yeah.
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 Have you always loved cilantro?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where
Yeah.
you either like it or you don't, right?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I used to really not like it. And then one day I just decided I'm either that I'm going to start liking this or I'm just going to forget my previous feelings about it and let's just start fresh.
Yeah,
Good for
and
you.
you like it now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
good.
it.
Yeah,
I
It's
can,
so
I,
fresh.
I think I'm
it's
like
amazing.
you can't grow up in Thailand and
It's
not
the
like
soap thing, right?
cilantro. Yeah, people say that you're allergic to them. If you taste like people allergic to them, that's why it tastes like soap.
Because it used to taste like soap to me.
It used to. Well,
Like-
doesn't your body regenerate your like allergies every 7 or 8 years or something?
I don't
Maybe
know,
you
but this
outgrew it.
year's been allergies. Like for me, I've never really had them before. And this year's crazy.
This year is so crazy.
So
for
I
me
had to
too,
go for a COVID test like in March or April.
because you thought you have it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Hmm.
And have you had one of these tests?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had
I
you
did
had it.
have it. Yeah.
It's like that long.
It
And
was
like
the worst
so-
experience.
so when I drove up, yeah, she stuck the thing in my nose and I'm like, oh, she's at the back. And then that distance that she just traveled, that she's already way in far in, she went that same distance, that same amount again. And then when she
Was it painful?
it was very uncomfortable. I wouldn't say it was painful. How
I
did you
thought
find it?
I thought it was painful, but I'm kind of a wuss, so
Okay.
yeah.
And when she started pulling it back out, I could feel something like in the back of my head, like coming
Oh.
with it. I don't know. Did you get that?
I found like, did they make you swallow? Like
No.
they hold it for 10.
I don't think so.
Really? Oh, I had to
Maybe
hold
they
it for
did.
10 seconds and then
I might have
told me to
blacked out.
swallow.
Okay.
You might have blacked out.
I might have blacked out.
No, when I found when I swallowed,
Yeah.
I don't know, something happened in my throat and it hurt. It was painful.
Really?
Yeah, really didn't like that.
Yeah, it wasn't the most pleasurable thing.
No.
But then you should have allergy.
Yeah, it was negative. Yeah, and then it was yeah, the symptoms I had, most of them were not linked with COVID as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So it made sense that it was. Then I went and got some reactant or whatever. I took that and I got better right away.
Okay.
So
That's nice.
I had strep throat was what I had. And I've had strep throat before.
Yeah.
So I knew it was strep throat, but they wouldn't give me the medicine for strep throat until I got the COVID test.
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But by
that
the
makes
time
sense
I
for
got the
sure.
results back, I had basically already had gone through the process of having strep throat, so they didn't even give me my antibiotics anyways.
Oh.
And it was not great.
Okay. It's not great that you had to go through that.
No.
But I guess it's good you didn't take antibiotics, I guess. Right?
I guess, yeah.
Because you
I
want to take
guess.
them as little as you can.
Yeah. I would have rather have had them for
Yeah,
strep.
of course. Yes, understood. For
Yeah.
sure, definitely.
Yeah.
You got the blanket going on there.
Yeah, she was a little shivery. She's better now, though.
Yeah.
She was getting cold.
Yeah.
What do you talk about with the Pang people? I haven't watched any of your thing. Like, not that I seen it, but I haven't watched the full thing. Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys talk about? Like this?
Just like this.
Okay.
I mean, like I have like stuff I want to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
And with you, I was so excited to talk to you that I feel like when we were doing the earlier bit,
Mm-hmm.
I was jumping all over the place. I don't
Sounds
feel like I
good.
did in a very organized manner.
It's all good. Like,
But,
Those are my
it was
favorite
fun.
podcasts.
Yeah.
though.
What's that?
My favorite podcast that I listen to, that's what they do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's like I have this, but I don't want to be too tied to it.
You don't want to be an interview. You just want to be like a
I want a
chit-
conversation.
Yeah, you want to be like a chit chat of what you want to talk about.
Yeah, I just want to talk about what comes up in the moment.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and that's what I think it really is. Like talking about Japan. Like
Love
that's
Japan. Yeah, I think, but that's like where like my like food inspiration, like open a small restaurant. Like if I open this new space up,
yeah.
I want it to be 20 seat top. Am I gonna make money from 20 seating restaurant? Probably not. But it's something I like. So inspired for my Japan trip to do. To like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know, like then you have time to chat with everyone. You have time to chat with people that want to stop and say hi. We can have nice wine, or you know, like we can do some fun stuff.
I love how you keep coming back to like it's basically connecting with people. Like with what you're doing, that's like the real pleasurable part and the part that you seem to really enjoy.
But I think that's how people know me in this town. Is like they got served by me at one of the places I worked for the past 20 years. You know, I was like a server and I love my job. And
I had to have seen you at Bantai.
You have
I've been in there a few times at not recently, but
yeah,
I would have seen you, I'm sure.
for sure. Like, and a lot of people should like, you know, work in downtown. They all go there. Like I work at Bantai long enough that I see people on a first date, got married, and have a kid.
Oh wow.
And actually, like one of their kid now is like, like the kid that used to go in there. Like now, I see her like around town. Like she's like a server. She's like 21. You know, like I worked there long enough to see like first date, marry, children,
Yeah.
and it's great.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And so have you found like people that used to serve at Bantai, are they like now are they with Dumpling? Are
they get so excited about it.
Yeah?
If they find out, they're so excited. They're so cute. Like they're just like, oh my god, this is what you're doing now. Like I just saw you in a magazine, or I saw you on Instagram, and they're just so excited.
Yeah, you got that foodie 2020 award, right?
Yeah.
From Western Living.
Yes,
That's pretty cool.
to be in that top 40 alone was crazy. Like the name on that top 40 is wild. So to be pick to be the top 10 was like such an honor.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you're making moves. For me, like not knowing you and then seeing on Instagram what the hell is this account that has like 4,000 followers that I don't even know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and not really understanding what pop-ups were, I think, before you started doing them.
Okay.
I didn't really know what this was. And then just to see it sort of rise like a phoenix, this massive
Well, pop up
behemoth.
is a thing now.
I know it is. But at the time, like this was all new, and it's really cool what you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really exciting, and like it's crazy to see how things have progressed.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep going. Like the best things.
Hopefully, yeah.
No,
for
it'll
sure.
keep going. It's already. I think this has already been determined. Like
I'm
it's
just
going to go.
like I'm like, oh god, how many dumpling can people really eat? Are they gonna get a bored of dumplings soon? You know, but it's people seem to enjoy it still. So
Yeah. And one question with COVID, have you found that how's your business? Has it Are you doing better? Or are you doing worse? Or
We doing so good with the COVID. I think it's
Okay.
like I think we at least double, if not triple, our business over COVID.
really?
Yeah.
That was going to actually be my guess. As I'm talking to more people and asking them,
Yeah.
I'm almost like in my head, I'm making guesses of what their answer is going to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's incredible.
For us anyway, for
Yeah.
the direction we were going, like it have been a blessing for us.
So with that, because like you said you were nervous about going from the pop-ups now to being frozen, right?
Yeah.
If COVID had not happened, like would you have the space?
No.
You
No,
wouldn't have the
we
space,
wouldn't
and
have
you wouldn't have made that shift.
No. It was
Okay.
like it was got so crazy that we have to expand so quickly.
Yeah.
You know, we would not like my goal was always to open, like I want to own my own restaurant before I turn 40.
Yep.
The thought of doing it before COVID was like, no way, it's so expensive, you know, like, but during COVID, I would have people calling me up, be like, hey, we have a space. You be interested? You'd be surprised how many people call me up. Like there's 1 week, there's 3 people like offer me a location or a space or to buy their business.
And it's like, on the one hand, it's a little bit sad to hear because, you know,
Of course.
spaces are becoming available because
Yeah.
certain businesses couldn't make it through that time
100%.
For
for
sure.
whatever reason. And like,
Yeah.
but that being said,
You
the
give
growth
someone like
was-
us the opportunity.
yeah, we've seen so many of these spaces that sadly went under. They're being taken over not by huge chains, which I had kind of expected would happen, but by local artisans and local businesses, and it's pretty amazing. And then, you know, I think also with COVID, it was kind of the perfect storm because suddenly we had to be local. You know, everybody was suddenly focused with, oh, I actually really need to support my community. I need to read Eat Magazine. I need to, you know, and then they find it was the perfect storm. You know, Eat Magazine put out an article about Dumpling Drop right as COVID hit. So all of a sudden, people are who have never heard of Dumpling Drop are becoming familiar with it, and they look online and, oh, they're delivering food. And, you know, it was just this kind of perfect storm. And like, we were so fortunate, you know, it was just overwhelming.
Yeah. Like
So for you guys, it's been sort of a blessing.
oh yeah, for sure. And it's like, you know, for us to like we wouldn't be able to start this like without the COVID really, because like we will be able to start like with all the kitchen equipment because like people were like closing down and they were offering us like because we don't have a lot of money, you know, everything like we small companies, so like to expand so fast like that, like we would never be able to if we didn't get this opportunity offer from other people that like, hey, like we are done, we're looking to retire now, like, you know, this is give us like COVID have tell people like a lot of restaurant business people that like want to retire. Now they like, okay, this is a good reason to retire, you know, and then that's when like they like offer me give me opportunity to like start something in this time because, you know.
But then also, you know, on the other hand of that too, like we luck out in so many ways in that aspect, but also on the other hand, suddenly we're flooded with orders. So many dumplings need to be made. We can't hire anyone because no one can come work either. So it's just, you know, Tarn up at 3 a.m. rolling dumplings. We're working around the clock. It was, you know, us and a couple of friends who offered to be delivery drivers. And like, that was it.
Yeah, it was really crazy. At the beginning, I was just like,
It
what did I
was-
get myself into?
Yeah.
So many cheers.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like we go like from like having like 10 pickup to have like parking lot full of people waiting. I was just like, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
Very stressful.
Like,
Didn't
it-
have a system in place.
Yeah.
Like, we're not expecting it.
But you
But I
learn
think-
you learn
I
it
hope-
quickly.
People be very forgiving though.
Oh yeah.
If you just
so
say to them
kind.
that like, you know, this is we're flipping here. This is a brand new thing. People are gonna, especially when they love you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's a couple times that the freezer like just broke on us, and I'm like, oh my God. You
Yeah.
know,
well, like you had a stock full of stuff, and to
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to
And we
throw them
lost
away.
everything.
We lost everything, and I'm like,
Really?
And then I have
Couple
to,
times.
and I'm like, couple times actually, and I'm
the
still
same
like,
freezer.
no, not
Two different
even.
ones?
Yeah, like
Oh.
because we don't have commercial grade freezer. You
Of
know?
course.
They're
So
smaller.
smaller one, you know. But they were just like, yeah, no problem, and then like then you have to like start making everything from scratch, get them out as soon as I can. But people have been really understanding and
Okay.
really
Yeah.
kind, for
And
sure.
I would expect that because they love you guys.
And they know that we like not, we like not big companies. So like most people know like, oh, you and your mom, and now we have some friend that help out, but still we still a small local business here, that we try to do our best. We try to support all the local. One more thing, guys, want to like big part of Dumpling Drop, FoodGuys Market, one of the
Big
best
shout out.
grocery store in Victoria. Like none of the Asian restaurant in Victoria would probably would survive without them. And I feel like people, they've been there for 25 years, and when COVID
26 now.
26
They
now.
just had their
Yeah,
anniversary.
they gave us a piece of cake for that.
Awesome.
But it was so sad to see them over COVID because people were just wouldn't go there because it's Chinatown, and they were so sad, and they like don't quite understand why like everyone have huge giant lineup, and they feel like the city doesn't really get them. And
Yeah.
but I think there's like a backbone to all the Asian restaurant in Victoria. If you ask most Asian restaurant in Victoria where they get the ingredient from,
Yeah.
it's them, and they're the kindest, sweetest people, and they're so helpful and like so excited for Dumpling Drop. They didn't quite get it. It take them a long time to get what Dumpling Drop is,
Okay.
because they're just like, why so many dumpling wrapper? And then she ordered more and more and more. But eventually they got it. I got them into, like I told them that I got my start on Instagram. So now they really got onto the Instagram. It's really cute to see how they're like, wow, got 100 followers today. They like,
I love that so much.
yeah, they get so excited. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
can you post something for us? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like anything. I'll do anything
Yeah.
for them. They like,
Yeah.
they help me out so much. And they're so kind. And I think, guys, one of the best grocery store
Okay.
in town.
I've actually never been there. I've never shopped there. So I need to go check it out.
Yeah, we should go together. I'll show you around. There's so
Okay.
many cool ingredients. Like, I mean, like, you can buy, like, meat, like a butcher's section. They have, like, frozen meat, but nothing fresh. But other than that, like, they have everything. And they do have organic stuff, too.
It's a lot of stuff that you can't necessarily find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Love
And
it.
it's fairly big?
Yeah, it's quite big. It's like,
Okay.
yeah.
It's surprisingly big. Like you walk in and you're like, oh my God, this goes back so much further than I thought it was going to.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
storefront is
Yeah, and it's
quite
like,
petite.
and they like delivery to all the Asian restaurants. They go all the way to Sydney, to Langford.
Oh, really? That's pretty far.
Yeah, they supply all the Asian restaurant in town.
Wow. Shout out to FoodGuys.
Shout out to FoodGuys Market and Ken. We love them.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
so is Ken the owner?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
26 years. He took over his. It was his father business, and he took over.
Okay.
So it's a family run business in Victoria. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Chinatown, I've always enjoyed Don Me's.
Dormy's good. Personally
Jade
love.
Fountain?
Yeah, I'm a Jade
I
Fountain.
know everyone
person.
seems to be one or the other.
Yeah, I'm definitely
I
a Jade
rotate
Fountain.
back and forth between them.
No, Jade Fountain all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I go back and forth.
Yeah, and sometimes like Golden City is not bad either.
I don't think I've tried it there. I don't
Golden
have.
City
I haven't
is
had dim
great.
sum.
Yeah, they just don't have like the card thing really.
Okay.
So you have to order from the menu. But other than that, they're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where's that place?
Golden.
I can picture it, but I don't know
Golden
where it
City
is.
is like up beside the Hudson.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
On
Yeah.
the side.
On
Yeah.
FoodGuys, right?
Yeah, I think it's
a
on FoodGuys.
Market.
Yeah. And Clark he was mentioning a Chinese restaurant. I think it was Chinese in the restaurant when I was in the podcast with him,
Uh-huh.
and I forget what it was. I think you said you cook at your table, and that I'll have to watch that again. I need to rewatch that. I need to go try this place.
The hot pot place, you mean?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm really scraping my memory here. I don't know. There's something. There's so
We're not
much stuff
judging
in
you
the
for
city.
it.
I know. Thank you.
We need to have a more hot pot restaurant. Excuse
Oh,
me.
bless you.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, hot pot restaurant like I love. We like and also like want to have like why don't we have the Korean barbecue place? I mean,
We
Sura,
did.
but they like cook it for you. I want to cook my own meat.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? I want to barbecue my own meat.
That was one of the most memorable meals I had in Japan was when we cooked our food.
Yeah, me too.
At the table.
I love it there. Like Korean town in Tokyo, I go there every time.
I don't know
Best
what
food.
place we went to. It was like $35 all you can eat.
Yeah, I know. And for us, it's great. they're like, oh no, we're losing money now.
Oh yeah, when I went, yeah, between me and Anton, they lost money for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. We eat a little bit,
just
just a little bit. It's like Morioka, that noodle challenge that they have
Oh
there.
yeah, like what? How many? 250.
Oh me, yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped at 250 because it's Victoria's area code.
Oh yeah.
And then
Nice.
Anton, he got to 205, which I was impressed with.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did also did the full halong full challenge. I saw your picture on the wall.
Yeah, I did that twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Were you hungry?
Afterwards?
No, before that.
Yeah. I was hungry before. I mean, I went for a milkshake, I think both times afterwards.
Oh wow.
Wow.
There's like a picture of someone up there that eat it in 7.
Yeah, that's Conlon. He's like
An
he's part of
Olympian, right?
the Olympic rowing team.
Yeah.
So they I think that the 4 guys that are faster than me are all on the Olympic rowing team.
Did they have to make it like less hot, right?
No, it's not. No, it's full right out of the pot. This is steaming hot as shit.
How do you eat a full in 7 minutes?
Could you
7 minutes.
taste
And
it?
I don't know.
after?
He was like on a mission to like burn his mouth or something. Cause like so I don't know if I should give out my technique or what I was doing when I was doing it.
You don't. I don't
We're
know.
not gonna copy
I don't
you.
think Full Halong would really appreciate giving out $200 gift card all the time with this technique.
This is
Okay.
true. This
Well,
is true.
one of the things is that I would take the noodles and I would pull them to the top. Because really, if you let the noodles soak in the bowl,
It get bigger.
they get bigger.
Yeah.
That becomes a problem. So like when I went with Jason and Paul, I think Jason left his noodles to the end. And that was like, it was a mistake. He ate the meat and everything first.
Okay.
But for me, it's like, I was basically burning my mouth and I was just getting the noodles out as fast
So
as
you
I
have
could.
to drink all the soup too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it. 6 pounds.
Wow.
All of it. Just get all of that out of there. The liquid's not a problem. The liquid basically, I would say when I was doing it that I felt as full, like when I got a third through it, I didn't feel any more full after that point.
Mm.
It was like the same level. It was just this constant like, wow, I'm really full right now.
Okay.
We just keep going. But the liquid didn't really do much.
Okay. I would never do that challenge, just so you know. But I could appreciate
I don't know
everyone
that
that did it.
Well, I can appreciate everybody that did it too.
Yeah.
It wasn't that easy. But I don't know if it's a good thing to be able to eat that much.
No.
I actually wish that I wouldn't be able, I can't eat so much because it's kind of a pain sometimes because I do eat a lot.
I think that in my culture, like something I remember specifically, like when I went home last time, every meal is so little, but then you eat all the time, and I think that's why everyone's just so like slim and tiny, because they all like eat like tiny little meal, but they eat all the time. So
It's like you're grazing throughout the day.
yeah, and I feel like this like instead of us to eat like giant dinner,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
6 pounds at once.
Oh,
It's really good. The pho is really good.
I think that another shower. I think that's my favorite Vietnamese restaurant in town.
Oh, hello?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so far away from me, and I would drive out there to get a
It's worth the
takeout.
drive.
I would drive out there to get a
100%.
takeout. And
I mean,
that's a little bit crazy because there's so many restaurants around here. But I would drive out there to get takeout.
I mean, I live by Cook Street Village,
Mhm.
and I've driven there just to go there.
Yeah, I like it a lot
I
because
never-
it used to be
Saigon Night.
Saigon Night, and
I
then
never got to try that.
I grew up with Saigon Night. That's like my family
Okay.
Vietnamese restaurant that we go to together. It used to be like right beside the old Odeon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's where like Mexican place is now.
Yes, and I'm blanking on the name.
Aztec.
Yes, that's right. Aztec.
Right? Yeah.
And there's shout out to them. They're super nice people.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were super lovely. I really enjoyed the visit that I had there.
I need to go.
Yeah.
I need to go out more.
Patio though, right?
Yeah, patio only. Oh, actually, they think they have patio now.
Do they?
I think so. I think like Ye Street now, like they're closing it up and put a whole bunch of patio everywhere.
I love it.
I love it. I
I
think
wonder if
good.
it's going to stick around.
That's the thing, right? People are putting so much money
Yeah.
into patio. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, Happy Patio's beautiful. It's so nice, so cute on Johnson Street. But I'm like, how long is that going to be able to stay there? And how much money did you spend?
Yeah.
You know, like, are they going to let you keep that next summer?
I hope they
What's
do.
the deal?
I hope so.
You like
It's
also,
a nice vibe just to be able to sit outside.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I like that they closed down parts of the government street now too. You know, because like that used to be back in the day. Remember when there used to be Sunday market on Government Street?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there used to be one, and there used to be like a tie-dye guy there. I remember.
Oh, you love the tie-dye, don't you?
Love the tie-dye.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
No, but but I love it there. I love the fact that now it's just like a walking street and people can enjoy their drink and more people can actually go out and still be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've only walked down it a couple times, but I've enjoyed it.
Cause like,
And it made me actually think of Japan, and I wish, like, one thing in Japan is you can drink anywhere, like alcohol.
oh, I know.
It's so different, and it was so like it was just nice.
Yeah.
It was actually
You
really,
grab
really
like, I
cool.
always grab like a highball and sit in a park. And
Yeah.
when a highball, I mean whiskey soda, sit in a park.
I think actually, I mean, I didn't drink that much alcohol when we were there, but I think when we went in some place, and I forget where it was. It was one of the museums,
Mhm.
and we were drinking like a beer in the museum. In
Oh
one
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, like I went to like a famous art gallery in Kyoto and you can walk around with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool.
Yeah, when that
And
they get-
nobody's like hammered or anything.
no.
I think the entire trip I saw one guy that was obviously very drunk.
Okay, you've
But
been
other
the
than
wrong
that-
place because in Japan, Friday night, not even Friday, every night, like 5 p.m. on a busy train station, you guarantee seeing someone pass out already.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Last train, no one take last train. It's unless you want to get puke on. No one catch the last train in Japan. There's a really good Instagram called Shibuya Meltdown.
Okay.
It's hilarious. You will see it. Yeah, go and check out Shibuya Meltdown. It's like when people get like all the really drunk Japanese people in Shibuya.
So somebody's out late at night just taking photos of this?
Yeah, I don't think it have to be late night. It's like sundown after work. They go so big in Japan. So if you go out, this is what I've been told. This is why I'm like, why do people get so drunk here? And I've been told that in their culture, if you go out with all the staff for the staff party, you want to be the drunkest person there because you want to show how committed you are and you want to be able to show up next day to work. Like you want to
Oh,
be like the
wow.
funnest person, but you want to have to be able to come. It's like, so you want to. I'm like, I would never want to be the drunkest people with my boss.
So it's a challenge. Everyone's just getting as blitzed as they could.
It's just everyone just dedicated in every way in Japan. You know, there's like such a hardworking people, and
Of course.
and they party hard, and I appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah, the amount of honor there is pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
So,
we should take Dumpling Drop to Tokyo
Staff trip.
and do a podcast there. It'll be fun.
that'd be sick. Can you imagine if you do it in the what's the park called? Yo-Yo Park?
Oh yeah, people will be like,
Yo-Yo G? Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? Did you ever go to that the Teamworks or Team Lab?
Yeah, no, I did not make it, but like it was so big, people were loving it. They were making so much money.
Where people were traveling to Tokyo just to go to that, right?
Yeah,
And it was
it's a light show.
yeah, it was a digital lights museum, and Anton wasn't with me that night, so I went by myself. And somebody on Instagram just messaged me and said, "Hey, did you go to this thing?" And I had no clue about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so I just went
It
on
was
a whim.
so big. Everyone was going down. There like a few different ones too. I thought. They
Yeah,
put in a different-
there's other ones.
Yeah.
And they had that big Gundam robot thing right by that Team Lab
Okay.
thing. Like the Gundam robots?
Oh yeah.
Like not Transformers, but like the big robot guys.
Yeah.
And they have this like 50-foot Gundam robot that transforms or something at a certain time of the day. And I didn't realize the thing was right there. I would have gone and taken it, checked it out. It would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to Disneyland Tokyo. It was really fun.
Disneyland in Tokyo.
Yeah.
We got to the entrance to Paramount somewhere over there. I forget
Yeah.
where. I think it was Osaka. And then we didn't go in because neither of us were Harry Potter fans.
Oh.
And I think it was mostly Harry Potter. So we ended up going. I forget what happened. I don't know. Our trip changed like 5 times over when we were there.
It's the beauty of travel.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't have too much of an
if
agenda.
you don't plan it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that like your preferable method?
Me? Yeah. No plan.
No plan?
No plan.
I prefer to go and spend a significant amount of time somewhere, like a
Museum.
year or
She loved the
something, and,
museum.
like really, I love museums too. But yeah, no, just like go somewhere and like live there for a while and really immerse myself. And then you can try all the things you want. You're not rushed. You're not on a schedule, you know.
Yeah. So what's the ideal amount of time, do you think? If you just want to
A
go.
year.
Okay. So you get a really good sense of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite trips have been like several months to a year kind of thing. Yeah.
And just go and kind of just get some job there and just chill and
Yeah.
figure things out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I don't know what the work is, but if you're like, let's say you're working in a restaurant, you're going to have people coming in and then you can ask people like, so where do like locals go?
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I would often like work in schools, and usually the people who are employees there, it's only like one or two foreign teachers or people who are working at the schools, and they want to show you around. They want to get to know you too. So like when I was living in Spain briefly, like the people that I hung out with were my coworkers, and I don't think that that's really a big cultural thing here. I think that there are certain workplaces that really make it a thing where like your coworkers are your friends and stuff like that. And we really try to have that kind of environment here. But I find that, I don't know, in Canada, it's not as common kind of thing, whereas there, or not there specifically, but in a lot of places that I've traveled to, like, yeah, you hang out with your coworkers after work almost every day kind of thing. And, you know, if there's someone who's traveled there and is coming to live there, yeah, we're going to show you all my favorite places, you know, and it's a good way to travel.
The only thing I plan for my travel is restaurant. And I have a list
How many
of
Michelin restaurants have you eaten at?
3, and they're all in Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you have a meal that stands out like more above all the other ones?
In Tokyo?
Anywhere?
No, I just love to just eat and try try the little thing, you know. In Japan, I'm all about izakaya, like the small tapa place, and
Yeah.
but people like, you know, you see the locals, you go there and like have a beer, have a drink after work, and eat like a few other things. Like
You know what I want here?
what?
Okonomiyaki. I think you can get it in town, but I don't know where. I don't know.
Maybe try sen sushi.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They
Like
have
the
the. I
place.
think they like one of the most like well,
Okay.
we're not talking about like Yoshida, like they're very authentic, but are we talking about like certain dish like that? Like sen sushi would be the one I would try. They would
Okay.
have something like that on this special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the things for me that stood out. And it's for anyone that hasn't had it, it's like a pancake type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, the Japanese, do we call it like Japanese pancake kind
Yeah.
of idea?
And if you do travel down towards like Morioka and Hiroshima, there's a Hiroshima style okonomiyaki,
Okay.
which has soba noodles in it,
Mm,
which is a different style. So we tried that in a couple different places.
cool.
That was really neat.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just have to go eat with the local.
That's the best. It's like
Yeah.
that night that I went to that little art studio with those two guys,
Mhm.
and they didn't speak English, but they were super receptive. And again, they were telling me places to go. Like they basically said, "Do you want to go to the place where there's no tourists?" That was like the first thing they said, and I was like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." Like, what place do you like? And they were very receptive and very willing to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like one like dumpling place that I go to in Tokyo every time, and you know, it's so good, and it's open to like 3 in the morning, and it's just basic dumpling, but like everyone should enjoy it. They should have 2 types of dumpling and some bean
Just
sprout.
2?
Just 2 types of dumpling, some bean sprout side dish, and beer and
Sake?
highball.
Okay.
In Japan, it's like sake.
Or-
Yeah,
or-
sake
well,
is
no,
normally a thing.
Nihonshu.
Oh yeah,
Nihonshu.
yeah,
Because sake in Japan is the term for alcohol.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then sake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nihonshu. Yeah. Have you been to Suntory? The breweries?
No, too dangerous for me to go to Suntory. I'll stay away from that.
You got some crazy bottle, don't you? Of
Yeah, I bought a bottle of Japanese whiskey by accident from Japan one time. I thought it was $150. I took too many zero out from the exchange when I tried to exchange. So I come home and MasterCard called me up and they're like, "Oh, you spent $1,500." I'm like, no, I would never. And then
Yeah.
I did like, I went and Google it. It was like, yeah, it is a $1,500 bottle of whiskey. Yeah, it's only 100 of them were made. And the last one was auctioned out in London a few years back for £8,000, so $16,000.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Well, it's impossible. Where did you see that?
Narita Airport,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
duty free.
We didn't really.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Because they didn't have, because back then that was like 8 years ago, Japanese whiskey was not that big, and now Japanese whiskey is so big that you can't even buy Japanese whiskey at
You
the
can't
airport.
find it anywhere.
No,
No.
and they stopped making them now, so that bottle of whiskey is gonna go crazy, I think.
And there was two liquor stores that stand out to me.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, I won't say what one of them is because I think Anton wanted to keep it as sort of a secret. I don't know why. I don't know how well that's really going to work. But the other one was by the Golden Temple. It was in between the Golden Temple in Kyoto and another landmark.
No,
And it was called Liquor Express or Liquor Planet.
okay.
And they had everything there. Like everything, all
But
this
those
stuff.
to keep in mind, though,
That was it, though.
those for tourists, right? It's like between like 2 milestone place.
Yes.
Liquor store.
But they had the crazy stuff that you couldn't find anywhere for some
because-
reason.
Yeah, it's crazy because like people will go all over the world to find like nice Japanese whiskey.
It was sold out.
They sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
Last 3 times I went to Japan, you
Yeah.
can't buy Japanese whiskey at the duty free. They said don't
No,
have
that's
it.
gone.
Yeah,
Don't even try.
yeah.
We walk into stores because Anton would check most of the liquor stores when we buy one.
Mm-hmm.
And the older Japanese people inside, they'd just be sitting like by the front door and they'd be like, no whiskey.
Yeah.
That's how they would like engage with us.
You know, I just love the good old cheap Centauri that you can buy at 7-Eleven. They're delicious. Great.
Yeah.
That's what I buy now instead of $1,500 bottle.
It's a one-time thing.
That's one time thing.
I don't know seems, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that'd be a one-time thing.
Oh yeah. Never
It's
again.
crazy. The stuff's really good though. I think that the best alcohol I had there was the 18-year Hakushu.
Oh yeah, we have the one that I bought was the 30-year Hibiki limited edition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's craziness. Because Hibiki, you can't even get in North America at all.
Right
I
now,
don't think.
You
Can
can
you?
buy some, but it's like
Is it
maybe
is it aftermarket though? Well, it would be from a secondhand thing, right?
yeah, I would say like
Yeah.
like a private liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. This has been amazing. I actually have a time limit of like 2 hours on these things, and we basically almost got there,
Okay, awesome.
which has been insane.
Excellent.
This has been so
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you for having us. It was fun. Talking about Japan made me very excited about food.
Thank you
know?
very much for taking the time.
Yeah.
And one last question.
Okay.
Owning a business and running a business, like what's the first thing that comes to mind is like a takeaway or a lesson that you've learned from that?
Like we say, it's like adapting to change all the time. Cause with COVID, we should never know. Like with the way things are, like the world are these, like you should never know what their controls are. So I think it's just like adapting to change and to what people want and keep people exciting and
And would you say not being afraid to do that? Just being really, really open to it and
you got to.
Yeah.
That's the only way to survive, I think.
yeah,
Go big or go home.
yeah. I love it. And so if people want to find out more, where can they go?
Dumplingdrop.ca website, or we open from 3 to 6 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 556A Pandora.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And if people are looking what I'm doing, you can go to www.VicFoodGuys.ca and we got some stuff there. This will be up there. I mean, everything goes up there.
Some fun stuff for sure.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Okay.
so much.
Bye.